This world is not my home, I'm just a passing through. My treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, then Lord, what will I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. I have a loving mother just over in glory land, and I don't expect to stop until I shake her hand. She's waiting now for me in heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, then Lord, what will I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Just over in glory land we'll live eternally. The saints on every hand are shouting victory. Their songs of sweetest praise drip back from heaven's shore, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, then Lord, what will I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore.
And as it's appointed unto men once to die, these were the words from the holy book. But while death comes as a pain to the wicked, it comes as a thing of joy for the righteous, because it is a destination to eternal rest. ESV Akinola Olawore, who slept in the Lord, has not just proven to be a person of heavenly focus, but as well a person of earthly impact. His friends, acquaintances, and family members confirmed this as they gathered together to bid him farewell in a service of songs hosted in his honor on Thursday, June 13, 2019, at the New Dawn Baptist Church. Olawore, who slept in the Lord on Wednesday, June 5th, was born December 17, 1960, to the family of late Christopher Omotosho and Efuntola Bo, a family of 4 children. Akinola was a chartered surveyor, international estate surveyor and valuer, development consultant, project manager, accredited ADR practitioner, and real estate coach. He was an award-winning student of the Estate Management Program of the University of Ile-Ife and graduated with honors in 1983. He later attended the College of Estate Management, University of Reading, UK, for an RICS diploma in Project Management 1998 to 2000, and the Thabo Mbeki African Leadership Institute, University of South Africa, Republic of South Africa, for a certificate in Thought Leadership for Africa's Renewal 2012. Akinola underwent mediation training with Standing Conference of Mediation Advocate in the UK in 2011, RICS International Accredited Mediator Training in 2014, Entrepreneurs Masters Class in 2016, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Boston, USA, and the London Institute of Banking and Finance to acquire a certificate of Mortgage Advice and Practice in 2017. The principal partner and group chairman of Akinola Olawore and Co. and its subsidiaries, Akinola was also director and partner of Black Sands Mosaic, a maritime security company. He was a partner of an international realty incorporation, San Diego, USA. He was also appointed an adjunct professor of real estate from 2012 to 2014 by the Homburg Academy, Prince Edward Island, Canada. He was a member of a number of professional associations, including a Fellow of the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyor and Valuers, Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors, UK, Fellow Certified Auctioneers Institute of Nigeria, Registered Surveyor and Valuer, Fellow Institute of Management Consultants of Nigeria, Member Institute of Chartered Arbitrators UK, Member Institute of Rwandan Property Valuer Rwanda, Professional Member Association for Project Management UK, Full Member Standing Conference of Mediation Advocates UK, Professional Member Nigerian Institute of Management, RICS Accredited Civil and Commercial Mediator, Member of the RICS President's Panel on Commercial ADR. He was indeed a doyen in his field, a man of great value who will not fail in the dissemination of his delivery. In his honor, dignitaries in their numbers stepped in to pay their homage and respect to the departed soul in his service of songs. Present at the event were pastors and members of the churches ESV Olawore attended while he was alive, without an exception of his current pastor, Dr. Samson Aderito Adedokun of the New Dawn Baptist Church. Speaking of his persons, individuals recognized him as a diverse entity.
And I recall that practically every Sunday we used to go to the dairy to have lunch because their dad always insisted that we come. Growing up in my professional life, he was always looking out for me and always singing and always throwing jobs my way. And the last time I saw him was the Friday before he passed away. I was in his office for close to 2 hours and we talked about diverse things. And I was meant to see him on Thursday after he passed away. I think I'm still in shock and I'm still trying to process it. But he was really a class act. Rest in peace, Okulaki.
He has left me shattered. I spoke to Ndoku said that my father's death had brought you out of retirement. Well, the battle continues. He has finished his race. The rest is up to us. There's a good sign about Mr. Olawore. He was always there. Bring a problem to him and he will put his pen on paper. And I don't know where he gets all these things. Let me use present tense, where he gets all these things from, or where he got all these things from. He was always there.
On their part, the children recognized their father as a supporter, encourager, amazing, amongst other things.
Very much for your support and your love over the past few days. I'm not emotional, because I don't believe my dad has gone to a better place. I know he has gone to a better place. And I know that he's in a good place and everything is going to be fine. I'm just emotional because I miss him so much. He was an amazing father to us. Amazing father. He has always taught us so many life lessons. Even in the smallest things, he was teaching us lessons. One that came to my mind recently, actually, when I was sitting there, was one day I was looking in the mirror and I was staring at myself in the mirror, and my brother was passing by, and my brother kept shouting, "You're so vain, you're so vain." And my dad heard, and my dad came into the room and he's like, "What's going on?" And my brother's like, "Oh, your daughter is so vain." And my dad said to him, "She does not love herself. Who is going to love her?" My dad always taught us to believe in ourselves and love ourselves. He always believed in us and made us know that we could do anything we set our minds to. You should hear me sing. I don't have a good voice at all. But my dad would sign me up for auditions, singing auditions, and he would be cheering me on with my mom. The only two people that used to vote for me were my mom and dad, and he always believed in me. me. I always told him I'm going to be the next Destiny's Child with my friends. And he's like, yes, yes. Always believed in me, bought me everything to be able to achieve my dreams. Every single thing, anytime I said I wanted to do this, he would say, okay, let's do it. How can we do this? He always believed in me.
His extended family also described him as a mentor and a man who will always support ideas until it becomes a reality.
My Sunday school class sing since they had this news. Brother Akin was very new to the church, but he belonged to the class of Sunday school that I coordinate. I see myself as a coordinator because members of my class are all teachers in their right. And the coordinator of this testimony just gave the clue that I had been ruminating in my mind, that Brother Akin was actually a Sunday school teacher.
No doubt, ESV Olawore could not just be described in words when the president of the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors and Valuers, ESV Roland Obonta, called him a special advisor, a mentor to a lot of persons in the institution, and as well a major resource person.
For presidents like me serving and past presidents, Akin was that special advisor in diverse ways. When situations get tough in the institution, he is that voice that will call you late in the night or early in the morning to advise you. And I found all the advices he gave within the last 1 year I've been president very, very valuable. I must appreciate him for all that he did to help to stabilize the present administration of Nigeria Institution of Estates, Surveyors and Valuers.
Due to his contributions, never forgetful deeds to the society and the churches he attended, pastor of his former church, Dr. John Akinjide Adeyemo, dedicated a book to his remembrance.
After several weeks of teaching on the subject, and Brother Akinola Edwin was one of the members who sat to listen to those teachings. So I want to ask Barrister Obeyeka to please come. We have dedicated 1,000 copies of this book to his memory. And after this, after the reading, the books will be distributed. I'm sure it will get to you. You're welcome.
When the subject of this book was taught at Victory Baptist Church, Aja, presently, Mr. Akinola Edwin Olawore has joined the Saints Triumphant. And we are consoled that Mr. Akinola Edwin Olawore is resting and waiting for the resurrection morning. On his behalf, we commend the message of this book to all who come in contact with it, that they might also read and share in the hope of resurrection. Thank you.
Amidst all this lauding, the choir rendered various congregational hymns, which includes his favorite hymn while he was alive.
As angels understand, for your glory may you draw all men, your love and grace demands, and I will run to your words of truth, not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit of God. Yes, I will run the believe in the glory of your grace. You call to your purpose as angels understand. For your glory, may you draw all men. It's your love and grace demand. I will run to you, to your word of truth, not by power, but by the Spirit of God. Yes, I will run the race till I see your face, Lord. Oh, let me leave alone in the glory of your grace. And I will run to you, Jesus, to your words of truth. See, it's not by might, and it's not by power, but by the Spirit of God. Yes, I will run the race till I see your let me live the glory of your grace, your grace, your grace. And I will run to your words of truth. Not by might, not by and it's not by power, but by the Spirit, Spirit of God. Yes, I will run the race, Lord. I'm gonna run the race till I see your face. Oh, let me live. Oh, let me live. With great love, please let me live. The glory of your grace. And I will run to and I will run. Somebody running to Jesus. Yes, I will run to you. Yeah. I will run to you, Lord. I will run to you, Lord. I want to see you, Jesus. I want to see you face to face. I want to run the race. I want to run the race till I see your face. Till I see your face. I don't want to quit. I don't want to fall. I don't want to quit. I want to run the race till I see your face.
And can it be after his daughter, Mufola Lion, took the scripture readings?
For when this corruptible has put on incorruption, and this mortal has put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, Death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is your sting? O Hades, where is your victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. But thanks be to God, who gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that your laboring is not in vain in the Lord.
Now he who has prepared for us this very thing is God, who also has given us the Spirit as a guarantee. So we are always confident, knowing that while we are at home in the body, we are absent from the Lord. For we walk by faith, not by sight. We are confident, yes, well pleased rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. Therefore, we make it our aim, whether present or absent, to be well pleasing to him. For we must all prepare before the judgment seat of Christ, that each one may receive the things done in the body, according to what he has done, whether good or bad.
He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right path for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen.
He was the Chartered Surveyor, International Estate Surveyor and Valuer, Development Consultant and Project Manager, accredited ADR practitioner and real estate coach. He was an award-winning student of the Estate Management Program of the University of Ile-Ife, and graduated with honors in 1983.
In an interview with different individuals, they further emphasized what the late estate surveyor and valuer meant to them, and no doubt he was indeed a person of positive testimony. Sending their message to the family, a lot of persons encouraged them to be strong, while they also advised and mentioned notable things they cannot cease to remember about Mr Akinola Olawore.
My name is Samson Adedokun. I'm the pastor of New Dawn Baptist Church, and I was the last pastor of Mr. Akinola Olawore.
Alright, who is Mr. Akinola Olawore to you? What does it mean to you?
I had Mr. Akinola Olawore as a member for a short period. But I can tell you in that period I came to know a man who always had a smile on his face. A man who was always punctual. Of all the people that I know, he and his wife would always arrive at church on time. Our worship starts at 8. I've never seen them come late. Never ever seen them come late. Always had a smile, always had a gentle spirit. He was a lovely man.
My name's Mrs. Olasumbo Haderon-Kelawal from Victory Baptist Church, Aja. Mr. Akin was in my church. I've been going to the church over 10 years, but I never knew he was a student of my school. We are both from the same secondary school. It was when he died, I went to his profile and I found that he is my senior in the secondary school. So I know him as a gentleman, though I don't talk to him, we're always great. But I know the life he lives with his wife. They are so nice to people, you know. The senior called me, one of my senior called me on Tuesday, asking me about him. I said, he's in my church. He said he lives in Crown Estate. I said, no more there. He stays in VI now. Now told me, he said, Tayo, do you know this man? I said, I just know him as my church member. I said, he's a silent giver. That even in the school, he has been giving people money. I said, I don't know. That is what I know about him. He's a nice man, very nice man, gentleman.
My name is Ade Ononuga. I know late Akinola Olawore on a professional basis strictly. As an estate surveyor, long ago, we've had a few transactions. And like I said earlier, he's a very honest man, a disciplined man, a gentleman, and a professional. But I came here today because I'm the chairman of the Lagos State chapter of the Chartered Institute of Auctioneer.
and he was a very, very high member, highly respected. He gives lectures to the people when we train them, and he's ever conducted himself very well.
So really, what did Mr. Akinola Olawore, what did he mean to you?
Well, on a personal basis, he's somebody I learned to respect in the business, because there are very few people who remain honest in estate business, especially when you have to transact business together. And like I said, for the Chartered Institute of Auctioneers, since inception, he's been taking, I think, 1 or 2 courses every time, and he rarely charges. He will not take anything. He just wanted people to do things professionally.
What would you not forget about Mr. Akinola Olawore?
There are so many parts to him. If you're in a gathering, even the way he composes himself, like I said, it was after his death, when I read something about him, that I realized that we're barely of the same age. I'm January, he's December, so almost a year. But you could never bring yourself to call him by name, because he conducts himself with so much respect. And that is a big, big thing in these days, and a professional to the core.
My name is Oluwaseyi Akinlawo. Akin Olawore and myself have been tagging along together since the late 70s. From Lagos to Ibadan to Ife. So just mention it. We've partied together, we've rocked the town together. And I want to say, with all respect, due respect to him, that since the late 70s up till he passed on last week, we've never had any reason to argue over anything. We've never disagreed on any issue. We have been close friends, helping one another.
To me, Akinola Olawore was a brother. He was someone who will always cover you up, will cover your back. With him, you can go and achieve anything that is good. He is a man that I knew during our university days. In fact, we used to call him the younger brother of Jesus Christ, because he was brilliance, knowledge, gentility, wrapped in humility. He was such a great follower of Christ, and above all, a gentleman.
So a lot of persons have said he is supportive in various ways. How would you actually...
Oh, I want to start from a very simple thing. I have a mother that is over 90 years old. Mr. Akinola Olawore, while we were in church, holding meetings, Mr. Akinola Olawore will offer her a lift from the church to the home several times. And my mom would tell me, there's a gentleman who was doing this to me. And I said, who was that? He pointed at Brother Akinola Olawore. That's the kind of person he is. In the church, he's a free giver, a very silent giver. He has supported the career of the young ones. In fact, he's a motivator of the future generation.
Good evening. My name is Donald George. I'm an estate surveyor in Valia, and also a colleague of late Mr. Akinola Olawore in church and on other professional platforms.
What does Mr. Akinola Olawore mean to you?
In 2 words, excellence and humility. He was a man who personified excellence in everything that he did. He mastered his time, so was able to give the utmost whenever it was deserved. He loved making people succeed. He was a peacemaker and full of knowledge and wisdom, but he was able to do everything in a manner that was beneficial to people, even when correcting them. It's actually an honor to have been associated with him. And it's somebody I'll miss greatly because he's a mentor in a way and also one who gives great advice that is useful for life.
Well, he was a life coach to many people. In his professional practice, he was an excellent professional. He was a connoisseur of the best of ethical and corporate governance. He believed that in life you need to be focused and that proper planning does prevent poor performance. He was a man of integrity by every sense of the word. He cared very much about people. He impacted the society very positively, as was evidenced at this gathering tonight.
Moving on to his burial, which took place the following day, Friday, June 14th, the deceased had a lot of persons in attendance of his life celebration, where a lot of dancing, testimonies, preaching.
It's going well, or you are going through difficulties and your light is only shining, dimming a bit. Go ahead and shine. For God put you there that you may bring forth that light. In your circumstance, shine, mommy. It's not the time to shrink away. Actually, it's the time for your light to shine. For you are not an embarrassed widow. You are not an embarrassed wife. All the kids, it's not the time to go around thinking I better hide my head in shame. Actually, this is the time to go around and you'll be delivering speeches somewhere and say, I'd like to give you an example of a light. There was a man, his name was Akin. And you tell stories and cite him as examples because he did not hide under a basket. You know, as I think about him, I think about all that God endowed him to do and to give to humanity. I'm reminded that darkness promotes evil. Light brings good. In your corner, are you promoting good or evil? Why was Akin able to do so much? He had the light of the world, Jesus. Darkness did not overcome him. Darkness will not overcome you. In the name of Jesus. You know, as I consider how darkness can be strong and how humanity can often fall into darkness, and in the midst of all of that darkness, it's easy to align with darkness, then I am encouraged that there was a man like Akin who, in spite of all of the shenanigans in the world, would not go that direction. Number 3 this morning, think not only of the word distinction, think not only of the word design, think also of the word distribution. Matthew number 5, verse 16. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. See, light spreads out. Light goes from that point where it is. I wanted to ask my wife, who's into physics, to teach me some of the physics of light. And then I realized that I'd better stick with my Bible. I don't want to get into trouble. Light reaches out. Light does not conserve unto itself. Light is distributing itself and touching everyone, touching everything. Light is going from the point where it is as far as it can reach. If there is only one bulb in this room, that light would spread out to as far as it can get. Jesus said, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. Akin was an achiever. an accomplished professional, an endowed man, a man of means and connection, a man of timber and caliber. But you know, until he died, and that's the truth, until he died, I didn't know who he was and what he did. Mommy, did I ever ask you, what do you do? I had no idea whether he was a big man or a small man. It was not of interest to me. What mattered to me was more that they wanted to serve God. What mattered was that I was so enthused by the fact that not only did they come to join, they were ready to begin to serve. I never knew. Now, yesterday my brother pastor talked about his reflections. My reflections, you get some people, if they just buy one small motor during rainy season, all those that are trekking are in trouble. They will show them. If they just buy one small thing, anyone who does not have it, even if it's a better pass my neighbor generator, they won't keep it behind their own window. They will move it to the other person so that they will know that I have I didn't distribute that kind of thing. Never knew he was a man with few people like that. I just saw him walking here always with his wife. Always on time. Always on time. And he will sit humbly, peaceably, follow all that we are doing. What a light that shines. You know, it's almost remarkable to me that at his passing, his light is now distributed more than ever before. He distributed his light when he was alive, but at his passing, now many more people are hearing. In a nation where things are not going too well, where men and women are abandoning the right ways, where professionals are cutting corners, where men who should stand by principles are breaking them. Now we have one man that we can say of that he stood the test. His light is shining more than ever before. I'd like to ask you today, what are you distributing? Light or darkness? What are you sharing? Help me. Help me, be my voice. Turn to someone and ask them.
And music took place. Mr Akinola Edwin Olawore was finally laid to rest at the Ikoyi Cemetery, where his family and loved ones performed their last rite.
that's the end. Bring it down. Sorry, sir. Hold on.
Together, worshiping you regarding this. Heavenly Father, you have been with us. Thank you for the safety. Thank you for the security we have so enjoyed. We bless you in the name of Jesus. Lord, we have come to this place close to the end of this process. We ask, Heavenly Father, that as we finish this and continue to console ourselves, we ask that your spirit will ever be with us in the name of Jesus. Amen. Lord, we believe you will never leave us alone. Amen. Neither will you leave the family alone. Amen. Your presence will continue to be with them, and your name will be glorified. Thank you, blessed Redeemer. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
I waited patiently. All of us who breathe now, except the Lord returns and takes us with himself, need to be reminded and guided that this is where the journey really ends for those of us who are still living. It went since last week Wednesday, but for us to be so reminded that no mortal man has control over anything, that our value is in who we have, who gives us life, Jesus himself. May we be so reminded at this point that here goes Akinola Edwin, who used to stand with us, who went to programs like this before. But here goes Akinola Edwin, who reminds us that someday we all will go like this. May our lives be able to shine as light like his shone as light. May our lives be able to conclude with a testimony and a testament that indeed we lived our lives for the Lord who gave us life. I'd like to ask Pastor Itwasa, if you will, go ahead and say a word of prayer for us now, asking that all of us will indeed live lives worthy of a moment like this. Shall we pray together?
In the name of Jesus, in the mighty name of Jesus, in the awesome and powerful name of Jesus, Father, we thank you for our king's life. We thank you for his time. We thank you for the beautiful and wonderful family he has left behind. And we thank you for all his good works. Please accept our thanks in Jesus' name. My prayer is for us that are left behind, that my Father and my God, we will live lives worthy of your service, lives worthy of your grace, lives worthy of your mercy, and lives worthy of your faith. In the name of Jesus. Bless each and every life here. Direct the paths of our life. Let the paths of our life be shining forth like a bright star into everlasting light. In the name of Jesus Christ. Bless the homes, bless the offices, bless the people, and above all, bless our nation, Nigeria, and let it be well with all of us. Let all of us apply our hearts to wisdom, even as we live our lives on a daily basis. But above all, bless this beautiful family, his lovely wife, his wonderful, wonderful children, his grandchild. Be with them, strengthen them, protect them, guide them, advise them, love them, answer their prayers, and let your name be glorified. Father, Lord, we thank you, and we glorify you.
ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. Then I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up,
Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We are looking for that blessed hope when the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort ye one another with these words. I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, from henceforth, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord, even so saith the Spirit, for they rest from their labors. Unto the King eternal, immortal, invisible, the only wise God, the honor and glory forever and ever. Amen.